Ready? Let's hit the road and not talk about last night. Once again, I am not showing my face. So the plan for today is to cross the Transalpina and cross the Transalpina and then head to Bucharest. We have another 419 kilometers to go with our little 125s. It rained last night. Hopefully we won't have any rain today. Looking on the radar, it's gonna be pretty much okay. The rain clouds have gone away, although I am seeing a little bit, but hopefully they won't start chucking it down. But I'm gonna get a bit of fuel and then we're gonna get on the Transalpina road. That's it, all fueled up. And now we're gonna have a little bit of fun road. Still not on the Transalpina, we're gonna head to the Transalpina. Everyone ready? Let's punch it out of here. I do have to remember I have a bald rear tire and the roads are damn wet, but we're gonna see how the Michelins do. They should be just fine if I'm careful a little bit. This is prime sheep herding country. This area is very well known for sheep herding. And there's a lot of sheep products. We did it in the morning. Some local cheese and some local sheep meat. And it's absolutely stupendously good. And I did buy about 2 kilograms of frozen sheep meat to take home, put on the barbecue. Check it out. How pretty is that? The village on the hillside. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Again, I will have the entire route somewhere down in the description with the Google Maps version. If you want to recreate this road trip, you can. I will put the entire route down in the description of this video. It's a wonderful 800 kilometer run. I'll put the links to where we stayed, the person who hosted us. It was not a hotel or anything, it was basically a rent-a-house or something like that. Here locals allow tourists to sleep with them. They are registered with the tourism ministry, so they will give you invoices and everything. They are reputable companies. But it's really nice to stay with the locals. I mean, breakfast was basically homemade food by our host, and it's just awesome. And in terms of room prices, it was 40 euros a room per night, and if you wanted breakfast, it was like a total of 50 euros. That's not a bad price, considering the room was comfortable, the food was excellent, the host was great. And now we're riding through the village of Jina, which is an extremely widespread village, should we say. And it's beautiful how the road winds around the village, around the houses. Grandma, you're in the middle of the road, Grandma. Wonderful chilly mountain morning. The fresh air from the rain last night. It's absolutely beautiful. It would have been nice if I didn't leave my jacket outside. It's a little bit wet on the right side, on the inside of the jacket. So it's giving me a little bit extra cooling, and considering it's 15 degrees outside, I don't actually need some extra cooling, but that's what happens when you do dumb shit and you leave your coat outside in the bloody rain. It should dry out in a couple of kilometers, but until it dries out, it's pretty brisk. Gonna have to remember to not leave it out in the rain anymore. Goodbye, the village of Jina. Check it out, guys. How the clouds are coming up the mountainside as the weather warms up. Man, what a sight. Absolutely stupendously beautiful. Check it out. And this road. Holy crap. Yep, that's how I remember this road. Very tight, very You can tell this was an old gravel road. This wasn't a paved road. This was a gravel road that they just put some pavement on. They just threw a bit of asphalt on it. But the way you can see the fog rising above the mountain, and a lot of motorcyclists, give them the little bit of wave as we descend into the foggy valley below. Mystery awaits the four riders into the unknown. O ye of little faith who said we would not make it, look at us now, punching through and going where few 125s have gone before. This kind of scenery makes you a little bit poetic, even if you are not at all poetic. Man, under the canopy of the trees, it's absolutely gorgeous around here. Check it out. It's hard to find words to describe the feeling. It really does feel like you're going into the unknown. You're going into an adventure, an exploration. Who knows what you'll find on the other side of this road? Who knows what mystery awaits to be unraveled? And it's actually, in terms of tarmac, it's not that bad. It's not great, but it's also not that bad. You just have to be mindful there's a lot of sand on the road, so bring it down a cog. Just like, take it easy. Descending into the mist. But by the time we descend completely into it, it should rise. The mist should rise because it is morning. It is 9:30. We did actually leave at the hour we hoped we would leave. That's actually amazing, considering last night went on pretty interesting. And to be actually able to leave at the hour we set ourselves to leave shows a bit of responsibility, even if we are pretty much irresponsible. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Absolute beauty. What an absolute beauty. Tight, very tight corners and blind corners. You have to keep it tight in these blind corners because cars don't actually have room in their own lane, and also mindful of all the dirt that's being brought from the hillside by rain. Like here, a lot of dirt. Find the cleanest line. Dodo! It's tight here. It's tight. The road coming down is tight. Man, it's pretty. Anyway, let's get to the Transalpina. And here it is, the start of the Transalpina. If you come from north to south, the first part is a tremendously beautiful road through a valley and through a forest. You can see mountains on either side. This was the natural route that they took back in the old days. While the Transfagarasan was a road built in the 70s from nothing, I don't think there was even a trail through there. The Transalpina is different. This is like a 200-year-old dirt road that was used by the locals to cross the mountains. And this route was recently paved, and now it's open to normal vehicles because it's paved. But it's been here for hundreds of years and used by the locals as the dirt road, the gravel road. And of course they didn't do a lot of digging, so the road follows the contour of the landscape. Basically the road goes where it can go. It's not the shortest version to cross the mountain, but it's the easiest way in terms of building a road. And that's why you have this bit of road that snakes in the valley, right along the valley. No tunnels, no nothing, just snakes around the valley. And it's tremendously beautiful, and you see up top the mountains that at some point we are going to climb, but we still have another 70 kilometers of this kind of road to go until we actually start the climb. Mesmerizingly beautiful. And it's quiet compared to the Transfagarasan. The Transalpina is a lot more quiet in terms of traffic, in terms of tourists. It's not as well known, and also you don't have a lot of places to do shopping for souvenirs, so it's a little bit more rustic here, and that makes it even better. Honestly, it makes it even better. Little tractor. That's a cute little tractor. And people getting water from mountain springs. Yes, there are a lot of mountain springs here where you can get natural drinking water, and trust me, it's very, very good. The one thing that's very hard to convey on videos, it's actually impossible to convey on videos, is the smell. The smell of this area right now in the morning after the rain, the smell of the forest, the smell of the trees. It's such a naturally fresh smell, and it's nigh on impossible to portray in a video. And we are getting a bit of a climb on. It doesn't look like it, but we are climbing. The little scoot is struggling, little Donnie is working. And rockfall. Oh, that's what you get on mountain roads. And 1, and 2. Nice. So this is the dam we were talking about. It's an accumulation lake. Take a couple of pictures. It's real nice, and the height here, it looks okay, but let me get to the edge and see how high we actually are. So it's a pretty damn high dam, and here you see the lake, nice and level. And if you come here, it's bloody high. I mean, all the way down there is the valley, and this is the dam. Hard to see with all the vegetation, but we are pretty high up. And a lot of souvenir shops over there, but we're gonna get on the road, and we gotta get to the Transalpina road. This is part of it, but we gotta get to the pretty part. And this is part of the proper Transalpina road as we climb higher and higher with our little 12 horsepower on tap. We're all flat out. Two of my colleagues up ahead. I think my little ST has just a little bit more torque and I'm able to catch up. This is the slowest race in history. We got the Cruisim and the ADX up ahead, and let's see if we can really take the corners fast. Come on, Donnie, come on, use all the road. We are catching up, we are catching up. I am absolutely going flat out. And yes, I am catching up. Dab of brake, chuck it in. Maintain momentum. This is where the Cruisim struggles. I mean, 170 kilograms on a 125. It's struggling here, but it's making it up here. It did manage to get up here. This is the slowest race in history. We're below 50 kilometers an hour. Bumps, bumps. Oh, damn it. Up the hill. Come on, come on. Throttle is pinned. One down. Come on, Donnie. Come on. 53 kilometers an hour as we're climbing and climbing and climbing. Oh, managed to pass everybody. Donnie is really working. Oh, this is the top of the Transalpina road. Welcome to the top of the highest paved road in Romania. Yes, look at how beautiful the scenery is. This actually goes to the basically to the top of the mountain. No tunnels, no nothing here. And of course souvenir shops and everything. Ah, my ears are popping. It's like we're on top of the country and the road goes over there. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, the Transfagarasan is nice, but the Transalpina is just a little bit better. First time doing them both on two wheels, and the Transalpina takes the cake. The Transfagarasan is nice, but the Transalpina really takes the cake. Stupendously beautiful. Using up the last of my brake pads going downhill. You can tell by the way the road is set up. Like I've said, this was a road, just a dirt road, a gravel road that basically the local council paved and made it accessible to normal cars. This wasn't cut in anything. This just follows the contour of the countryside, of the mountains. We're just following the mountains. Very little cutting was done to make this road. And just look at it, how beautiful it is. Riding the peak, you can see the mountains, you can see the geography of the place, and you just have to be careful with the corners. Also remember, if you want to come here, usually it opens in about June or July, so check if the road is open, because in winter the road is actually it's pretty much closed. There's a lot of info on the web, and you can get your info from a lot of online sites, but in winter the road is closed. There's no way you can pass here, or they can get the snow off, because it's basically blocked by snow. And man, that's a nice car. Nice little Lambo. The thing is, why I like this more than the Transfagarasan, the asphalt is absolutely perfect. Because it was paved recently, the asphalt is perfect, and you can either enjoy the scenery or you can hustle. And if you want to hustle, you can really hustle. It's easy to get the most out of your machine because the road is so smooth and nice. And we're keeping up with the GS up ahead. Once again, a little scoot, because here it's all about corner speed, and the little Symphony has quite a bit of corner speed compared to a big motorcycle. But now going up the hill, he's leaving us for dust. Absolutely gorgeous. What a beautiful bit of road. It's a good thing Top Gear didn't film the Transalpina, because this is better. This is a better driving road than Transfagarasan. It's just better. It really is just better. Chuck it in. Get the power down. No real problem in getting 12 horsepower down, but My colleagues are trying to push the little 125s. The extra torque of the 169cc engine is showing its worth right here at altitude and at pretty high inclines. Just have to maintain a bit of momentum and not use the brakes especially. Come on, punch it. I'm really happy I'm using the stock transmission configuration with the old setup. I tried with 18 gram roller weights. It would have been painful trying to get up here with those. With the stock combination of roller weights, we are getting the most out of this little engine. And as you can see, we are catching up to a car that's probably gonna keep us up. I don't know how we can. Come on, keep momentum. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Now. Got the overtake in and dip it into the bend. Chuck it in. Hard on the power. We are keeping up with the BMW a little bit. And considering we're about, I don't know, 120 horsepower down, I think that's a 1250. So 120 horsepower down, and we are keeping up uphill, probably because corner speed and probably because he's held up by a car. Oh man, this is a tight one. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna keep up anymore. But dude, just look at it. Isn't this just gorgeous? Breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. Yeah, the car is slower and I have no idea how I'm gonna pass because yeah. Come on, I'm gonna get caught up. Beautiful. This is worth riding, rain riding, traffic riding, everything for stuff like this. Absolute man, oh man, how it looks. Just look at it. Come on, let's get to the peak. And voila. Isn't this just beautiful? Absolutely stunning. Breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking when you see scenery like this, and once again proving for the 1000th time you don't need a big motorcycle. And it's actually sometimes what this trip has reminded me, it's that it's sometimes even more enjoyable to do it on something with a lot less power than normal motorcycles, just because you can, and they will do it, but you do have to work for it. And here we can see the bends. Come on, we can see. Come on, chuck it in the inside. That's it, passing the cars, and now we can get the hammer down. We have a bit of downhill. Let's get the hammer down. Hard on the brakes. Use up what's left of my brake pads. Oh, this is gonna be just fun with a capital F-U-N. Chuck it in. Using up what's left of my brake pads, of my tires, into the compression, out the other side, full on the gas, wide open. Checking my GPS for the next series of corners. It's pretty straight, we can keep it pinned. Come on, little Donnie. 100 kph. Dab of brake, chuck it in. Hard on the brake. Transition to the other side. Careful with the side coat. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good brakes, good brakes, good brakes on the little Symphony. I think I'm gonna reach this car in a blind corner, but we're going for it. Commitment, total commitment. Hard on the brakes. You can really hustle on this road, but you better not make a mistake, because that Armco is just about the last thing that can stop you. Can we catch the GS? It's up ahead. This is fun. This is real fun. And yes, we're catching up to the GS. Pushing it. Come on. Can we get the overtaken? I don't know. Is he going for it? Come on, go, 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 go. Let's get the overtaken. Is the little GS gonna let us pass? Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, mister. Unfortunately, I do not have the speed, the power to get him on the exits, and on the bends he's using up all of the track, and I think I'm cooking up my brakes. Yep, brake pad smell. Brake fade, yes. Okay, we're gonna cool it off. Okay, so I just cooked my brakes. Yeah, we're not gonna do anything more. I think my brake disc is a little bit dark. It's coming back. Let's let him chill down. It's hard to let him chill down. Oh, sorry, brakes. Yeah, we're just gonna easily go. Always be mindful on a road like this. If you have the first sense of brake fade, you don't have to stop. They actually cool down better like this. So just let it roll on engine brake for a little bit, and let them cool down. I don't think you can see, but my brake disc is a little bit dark. Probably got it glowing a little bit red. Yeah, this is a demanding road. No questions about it. This is a demanding road. Beautiful. And I think that's the city of Rânca. It's a mountain resort. As far as I know, you can do a bit of skiing up here. There are a lot of ski slopes and winter activities you can do here. It's one of Romania's lesser known resorts, Rânca. But it's one damn beautiful place. Now we are gonna reach a part here in Rânca where the next bit of road is closed because some drift event. There's a drift championship going on. And it's currently 12 o'clock and they open up the road for 1 hour between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So we're gonna wait around here until the road opens. Quaint little mountain village full of ATVs and mountain activities you can do. But anyway, we'll get to the road closure and see what happens when they let us pass. Well, we still haven't hit the road closure and we've been riding for a little bit. We're actually starting to descend from the mountains and you can see the valley down below. And I don't know exactly where the road is supposed to be closed, I did pass a sign saying road closure, but as you can see, we are riding and driving without any kind of issues. Man, what a view. What a view. There are a couple of dark clouds rolling in. We might still get rained on. It's still not for sure that we're not gonna get rained on, but unfortunately I'm not willing to push it to pass these cars, considering I cooked my brakes once. I don't want to do it a second time. My pads are already pretty worn, both front and rear, so I want to get home on these brake pads. I do actually have brake pads with me because I knew they were so worn, but I'm not really willing to do a brake pad change up here in the mountains, especially if it starts chucking it down with rain. So we're just gonna roll nice and easy with the cars, using as much engine brake as I possibly can. As you can see, we're rolling downhill, maintaining a cool 60 kilometers an hour without any brakes, except the cars are slowing even more down and we have to use a little bit of brakes. But man, oh man, what a view. What a spectacular view over the valley down below. Yeah, this is a spectacularly beautiful road. Yeah, it's hard to convey the beauty on just a little GoPro, but if you have the opportunity, do not miss out on riding this road. It's spectacular, it's awesome, it's one of the best I've ridden. I think competes with some of the views I got in Turkey. But this is also really nice to ride because it's a lot slower paced. It's a lot more corners. In Turkey it was pretty much a straight line, just riding the plains, the high plains. But this is something else. It's still very beautiful sights, but you have that feeling of going up the mountain and down the mountain and stuff like that. And a lot of switchbacks, and you actually have to work your vehicle, braking, cornering, accelerating. If you come here on a bike and not on a scooter, you're going to be changing a lot of gears, that's for sure. It's a bit of a saddish moment because we're getting close to the end of the trip. Well, we still have 300 kilometers to get home, but after we come off this mountain, the rest of the road is just going to be in the plains, straight roads, nothing spectacular, basically just crunching miles to get home. This is the last part of scenery, of spectacular views that we get to see this weekend. And I hope you guys are enjoying the last bit of views. It's absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I think we have reached the road closure. And since the road is closed, it means nothing is gonna come. Oh, actually there's a car coming the opposite way. Let's see what's up ahead. And actually I want to look at my brakes. I really want to look at my brake disc because it looks really, really dark. Oh, rider from the UK. You see, from the UK came all the way here to ride the Transalpina. That's awesome. This guy is on a proper adventure. Let's park it up. Well, looks okay. We'll see when the road opens. Alright, let's see, let's go. I think the police are gonna lead us through and the bikes are first. So I guess the people watching the drift event are gonna have a bit of a parade of motorcycles because I don't know if you can see in the mirror, there are quite a lot of bikes behind me. Unfortunately, we cannot enjoy the last bit of road at proper speed because the police are leading us through. Can't overtake, can't open up the taps. We're just gonna slowly ride with the procession of motorcycles, and after us, the cars. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening here? Well, they're finally letting us through. Drift cars here. Nice, nice. All these wacky machines doing drifts and everything. We should see the skid marks made by tires and not by asses. Well, it's a little bit bigger than I thought. Quite a lot of teams and cars. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I know people are here to watch the event, but the road is open only for 1 hour. And we have to get a move on. Yeah, it's the guy in the front is stopping to talk to people. Come on. That's it. I'm a bit tired of him. So we might get it. Might get an overtaken. Because I'm pretty tired of sitting behind a slowpoke. A lot of rubber on the road. A lot of dirty rubber. Oh, these guys have been drifting around here, properly drifting. Making the tarmac dark and black. Apexes and everything. I don't know, why are they so slow? I mean, the road currently is full on open to traffic. Stop driving so bloody slow. We're full on open to traffic. We have to get traffic through. Stop messing around and drive. Oh boy. Yeah, it's an interesting end to the Transalpina experience. I don't know what he's trying to do. Finally. Now these are parked cars, and then we have cars coming up the hill. I think my colleagues have managed to get the overtakes in. Yep, 1, 2. Where's the... Yep, all 3. Let's go. Let's bloody go. Last nice bit of road. My brakes have cooled off. I'm anyway gonna change the brake disc and brake pads when I get back home. They're the original discs, so it's kind of time they gotta refresh. So I can absolutely cook them and ruin them in this last little bit. Because most of the way home after this is just simple plains, nothing spectacular, nothing special, and we won't be needing a lot of brakes. Now we've dropped down into the forest. We're below the altitude where the forest stops. We're clearly coming down from the mountain, and the road is continuing to be just as beautiful and entertaining as it was up to this point. Yep, the Transalpina is about 150 kilometers of constant entertainment. If you're on 2 wheels and even on 4 wheels, it's quite enjoyable. But it's more enjoyable on 2 wheels. And somehow the little scoots that we're on really made the experience quite enjoyable. The fact that we couldn't hurry all that much and we had the chance to admire the beautiful scenery and admire the road really adds to the experience, to be honest. I don't know, there's something about small engine vehicles like this that on a road trip really make them very enjoyable, although they are slow. I know they are slow, and when you get big hills you might like a bit of power, but they're really nice. They are really nice. They make everything so enjoyable at the end of the day, and you do have a sense of achievement, of accomplishment when you actually summit a road or when you end your trip. That's what Donnie has done every time for me. I've taken him on so many road trips, and I've done so many things with him, and every single time I have that sense of achievement, like yes, we did it. And also my colleagues behind me, I've talked to them and they have said the same thing. It would have been nice to have bigger engined machines, but somehow with these little engines, it's the sense of achievement, of accomplishment that's really coming through. You expect big motorcycles like the ones up ahead that just passed us to make such a trip, to make it with ease. But when you leave on such a trip with a little 125, you're kind of having that stupid optimism, like yeah, everything's gonna be okay, but in the back of your mind you're thinking, this is a little 125cc engine, I don't know if it's gonna do what I'm gonna ask of it. And then it does it, and then you finish your trip without any kind of issues. And it really brings a feeling of accomplishment when you've ended your trip on a machine that when you set off you had no idea if it was capable of going the places where you wanted to go. And yet at the end of the day it gets you there. It gets you there, maybe a little bit slower, but it always gets you there. And that's where a bond starts to form with the machine, like I have with Donnie. I am looking for like bigger engine bikes or bigger stuff for touring, for stuff like that, but somehow I always come back to this little Symphony ST. Currently we have on the clock close to 37,000 kilometers in just 2 years of ownership. And yet I still have so many plans and so many ideas of where to take him and where to go. I just need to figure out a couple of things like extra fuel, how to comfortably carry extra fuel, and then he's ready to rock and roll. But anyway, this is us getting off the mountain and we're gonna hit the road to Bucharest. It's pretty boring road, and we're gonna catch up when we get back in the city after 300 kilometers of riding in the plains. Yeah, whatever. And we'll see how 4 little 12 horsepower machines make a 2-day 800 kilometer trip without any kind of issues. We have to reach back to base and properly end this trip as we started it. Drag race! Come on, Donnie! No, the Jerex is flying! Come on! Alright. Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Bucharest. We are back in the capital city. Like I've said, 800 kilometers trip is done and dusted. We're now heading back to the starting point at the showroom to properly end it. A total of, up to this point, let's see, We have done 792 kilometers and we still have about 6.7 to go, so 800. So 800 kilometer road trip on 12 horsepower machines. We went there, we came back, no mechanical issues with either of them, and 3 completely different, actually the Cruise Sim also has a different engine, 4 completely different small engines from Sim. The Cruise Sim with its 15 horsepower, the ADX which has 12.3, the JetX which has the liquid cooled 125 with 12.5, and my 169cc air cooled unit. 4 different small sized engines from Sim, all 4 of them made the trip without any kind of issue. So when people say you can't do anything with a 125 except go to the shops and back, well, we did a lot with them. We did a heck of a lot. And the ADX looking awesome with a bit of mud on it through the city and packed with luggage. It's a good looking scooter. It's a properly good looking scooter. Everyone can get a look at how the suspension works. It's an interesting setup and it does the job. That's actually, even though it has 13-inch wheels, it's actually a lot more comfortable than you would think it is. And now, since we took 125cc scooters on the road trip, now that we're back in the middle of Bucharest traffic, evening rush hour traffic, we can make quick work of it. So we did the trip that adventure bikes do, and now we're doing what scooters usually do, which is cut through traffic like knife cuts through butter. Almost there, 800 kilometer road trip coming to an end. Drag race. The ADX is keeping up. Yeah, it's a pretty close match between the ADX and the ST. So 150 kilograms, the engine does have pretty much enough power to push it. So not a lot of difference between the 125 ADX and my Symphony ST200. Considering this, the ADX is 30 kilograms heavier and has a little bit less torque, I'm surprised. On it, it feels a little bit slower than this one, but comparing them now side by side at an old-fashioned drag race, there ain't much of a difference between them. The ST has the jump in setting off the line, but once they're both going, they're kind of equal. And that's it. Almost at the showroom. Hope you guys enjoyed this series of videos. Hope you enjoyed the road trip and 2 of Romania's most scenic roads, and maybe it gives you an idea to try and come here and ride them. They are really worth it. Transfagarasan, tried to come on a weekday. Transalpina, I think it's a little bit more special than the Transfagarasan. But all in all, hope you guys enjoyed the trip, and thank you also very much for liking my videos, for watching the videos, for subscribing, and for sharing them with your friends. And if you want to help out the channel even more than you are already doing, please consider becoming a member to gain early access to videos. And as usual, until next time, take care out there and ride safe. Goodbye.